Here we are on Holy Island, also known as Lindisfarne, one of Britain's holiest places and a location of pilgrimage for over 1300 years.
It's just south of the Scottish border on the east coast of England. The first monastery was built on the island in 635 by Irish monk St. Aidan and was a crucial centre for the dissemination of the Christian faith and culture during the early medieval period.
Wowzers, what a morning. Gloriously bright and all that. In 684, St. Cuthbert became Bishop of Lindisfarne. He was known for a devout and ascetic lifestyle. Much of the island's appeal and influence is attributed to him and his legacy.
It was his custom to travel and preach, particularly to more remote communities where others didn't wish to go, a value that seems at one with Methodism. St. Cuthbert was also known as an environmentalist, passing the first protection laws for birds, in particular eider ducks, also known as cuddies or Cuthbert's ducks.
And for us, Holy Island is a place of retreat before we start our year of service as the President and Vice President of the Methodist Conference. An important time of reflection and preparation.
This year we're using two juxtaposed words, sorrow and joy, as grid references on a map, designed to help us navigate the complex life of the Church in the modern world. Maybe these two contrasting terms run and flow through each other and through each one of us, because maybe one is the way to the other, because Jesus holds them both with us, and there is no lack of either in the Bible.
Our hope is that these words, amongst many others, will help us connect to and be inspired by our beautifully diverse church as we journey through this coming year. Hey everybody, I'm Mark. I'm a cradle to this point in my life Methodist, and I've got a little checkered career, a little checkered history. I was a builder's mate, I was a college cleaner, I was a van driver. I really enjoyed that job. And then I was a youth worker before candidating and being accepted for training for the Methodist ministry. Trained at Bristol, Wesley College Bristol, when that was open. And as I enter into this year of being the president of the Methodist Conference, this is my 25th year since probation, since I entered into circuit ministry, my 23rd since ordination. Having served probationer in the Wirral, and then on to, after that 5 years, on to 13 years, I think, in and around Preston, various churches and roles, including superintendency, before becoming the chair of the Scotland district and the chair of the Shetland district, my current role in the life of the church, which I love enormously. I'm very fond of both those contexts, Scotland and Shetland, where we're a small scattered church, but arguably in the best context in the whole of the British Isles, in my humble opinion. I'm aware that as I become president, there's increasing conflict and division in the world at large. My pre-presidential visit was to Israel-Palestine. 11 days after that, the bombings in Iran started. So I think it's a period for us to be outward facing and to be asking ourselves, what does it mean to be people of the Prince of Peace in a world that's conflict and division? What can we model and be in terms of God's kingdom and God's kingdom community for the world at this time?
Well, hello everybody, I'm Caroline. And I was born in Birmingham, where my family were Methodists. My dad was the choir master and my mum was a part-time organist for the church. She'd been full-time during the war. I've had many offices or jobs or roles within the church. Currently I'm the senior steward at my church, I'm a local preacher, and I'm synod secretary. But I have been the lay stationing rep, which I have to say is the most wonderful role I've ever had the privilege to inhabit. In that role you can see God at work and feel God at work, even though he sometimes leaves it quite late in the day to find you a match. This year I've got 2 areas of focus really. Firstly, all you lovely lay people who volunteer to keep the church running week after week after week. I'd like to be able to support you in what you do and help you find time somehow to develop your spirituality and deepen your relationship with God when your lives are really so full of all the jobs that need doing. And secondly, I'd like to focus on making church as welcoming and as accessible as possible to all people, whatever their ability or disability, and encourage the church to focus on what everybody can offer themselves. The lengthy and complex history of Lindisfarne meant that St Cuthbert became known as a leader in contradictory convictions, tasked with unifying the Roman and Celtic Christian practices, a tough endeavour.
We find ourselves once again holding together, being Christian communities in a world of increasing conflict and division.
We're called to live prophetically in those contexts and to be a justice-seeking church with an itinerant call to preach God for all.
So here we are at Emmanuel Point on Holy Island, the end of our Lindisfarne journey. And Emmanuel kind of is the point, isn't it? Emmanuel meaning God is with us. Some of the reported last words of John Wesley were, best of all is, God is with us. Some of the last words of Mark and Caroline, in our joys and sorrows, God is with us.